Radio Hereford FC, the only station with full match commentaries of the Bulls. Every game, every week.
Well, hello and welcome again to We're Going Down the Pub with me, Frank Williams, and of course my usual guest here, Mr. Simon Wright, resplendent in his Wembley FA Vase final zip-up.
Oh, thank you very much.
And he's come all the way from 25 yards away because we're back in the eddy again in Hereford.
Took ages to get across that road, I tell you.
I know, traffic's bad tonight.
Indeed.
And it's raining.
Yeah.
You've got your hair wet. It doesn't bother me, of course, getting hair wet. Because, you know,
and greetings to both our listeners from the black and white county as it is tonight.
Absolutely, yes, indeed.
It was the black country, now it's the black and white country.
Yes, it's melting very quickly.
Yeah, thankfully.
Anyway, we are recording these two. We're recording two ground guides,
yummy.
and we're recording them before we know the results of FA Cup and FA Trophy exploits. So we should not refer to that in any way, shape or form, except I would like to put on record our own, being exiles, our own appreciation of the efforts of the supporters on clearing the snow off the pitch at Edgar Street to make the match against Fleetwood possible. As we sit here on the night before it, Wednesday night, I'd love to have been there, but we are so far away from you.
Just getting off the drive.
Getting off the drive was just difficult. In fact, when we got back for the match on Saturday, that was it. Then I think, wasn't it? We were absolutely stuck then for, as they say in the county of beef cattle, we were stuck there for heifer and heifer.
Oh,
but anyway,
that's a great line. We must use that one again.
No, it's a story about the Hereford Bull, isn't it? Who were stuck in the same field for heifer and heifer and heifer. But anyway, we are here to discuss a match 2 days before Christmas on my daughter's birthday. So there we are.
Splendid.
She will be 27. My goodness,
Frank,
I know. It's dreadful, isn't it?
Yes.
On the 23rd
of December.
On the 23rd of December at Chesham, which I won't be there. You will, though, Simon. You'll be greeting me. I shall be there. I will miss both of these matches that we're going to discuss tonight because I'm flying out to Dublin for Christmas.
Oh, that's
yes, I have
ridiculous.
my tours of Jameson's and the Guinness Storehouse booked. The Guinness Storehouse is where I shall be on the 23rd.
You're in danger of diverting our listeners.
No, not indeed. No. We always go away. We decide to go away for Christmas now, as we're getting older. The kids take us away. 27 and 23 years respectively. They can just take us away, and it's brilliant. But anyway, Chesham. What do we know about Chesham? Apart from the fact it's supposed to be a very attractive little town.
Yes, I mean, it's one of those grounds and places that we know so little about, which is all part of the rich tapestry of our division, isn't it?
When you say it's one of them, we know little or nothing about any of them, to be quite honest. We make a lot of this up.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. But this is meticulously researched.
It is. But on this occasion, by Nick Jones.
Yes, thank you,
has
Nick.
done the research for us on this.
Yes, good on
Nick. We don't travel. Well, you do, don't you? You do travel around the country looking at some of them. In this case, it's Nick Jones. In Buckinghamshire.
Yeah. It's a very attractive town centre, apparently, and it's dominated by a clock tower.
Right.
I suspect probably not too many of our supporters will be wandering along to see the clock tower, but it's there if you want to see it.
Yeah.
Not a particularly big town, population 21,000. That population has been steady for 40 years, even though it's a commuter town, because it's right on the edge of the green belts, so there's no more room to build.
Excellent.
So it stays where it is.
Be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Chesham FC, mid-table, with, as you might expect, a sort of mixed bag of results. On their day, they have the moments. They managed to draw with Tibbet.
Excellent team.
Yep. Yeah. And they won at Kings Lynn on Kings Lynn's pitch. So
excellent.
So
I like the sound of these Chesham lads.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about.
I mean, I suppose what I noticed about Chesham FC, they've got a group of, shall we say, very well built coaches.
People.
Yeah, as in, the trainers, the assistant trainers. And frankly, wouldn't want to meet them on a dark night, Look them up if you get a chance. Chesham FC first team squad.
On their official website.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I imagine a few of them are appearing very nicely on a wanted poster, to be honest.
Right.
But however, I'm sure they're fine members of society and they love their mother. So there you go.
Love their mothers. Well,
Yeah.
I presume you've said they love their mothers. You haven't mentioned their fathers because you're not sure whether they've got any.
You can say that, you're not going there. Right for you. I have to go with the back of me now. We'll blame Nick Jones anyway for doing that. Okay.
Right, the strip.
Yeah, oh dear, claret and blue.
Oh, excellent. I love claret and blue. Don't you?
No, it does me feeling nauseous very,
Why's
very
that then?
quickly.
Don't you like West Ham? Or Burnley?
Taunton played to claret and blue.
Yeah.
Don't,
Oh, well, that's a good reason for not liking claret and blue.
Exactly.
It's got nothing, of course, to do with Aston Villa.
A certain B6 team, some mid-table championship team, but there you go.
Okay, yeah.
Now, curiously, Chesham are nicknamed the Generals, which I thought, what's that mean? So, apparently goes back to when the two clubs merged, two local clubs in 1917. One was called Chesham Generals, which in itself still puzzled me, but apparently they got their name from the General Baptist Church, because it was a church team.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So actually, it didn't mean general sort of from a military point of view.
No.
It means that general means they're just sort of average, I suppose.
I suppose so, or they got some kind of general and religious terms, I suppose. But
Right,
who
okay.
knows? So it's a strange one. For a few years, the club was taken over and run by the Supporters Trust.
Yeah.
In fact, until fairly recently. But the downside of that is that there weren't very many of them, and they weren't generating enough income. So, probably a familiar lament, isn't it?
Yeah.
So an investor came in, and that investor now owns 49% of the club.
So it's a very similar model to ours then. They've actually now got themselves a model similar to ours to try to estimate and ended up with something approaching.
Well, that's right. Other than it's one person owning a big chunk.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks like the Supporters Trust still own the majority.
Well, they've got
51%.
They seem to have gone down to 2%, so somebody else must have bought a big chunk.
Right.
But anyway, that's that's how it is. And they play at a ground called the Meadow, which apparently is very apt. Our man Nick, who's been there, says fine views of the rolling countryside can be had. So there you go. You don't get too many of those in Slough and places like that. But one main stand, the whole length of the pitch, covered seating, thankfully, and there's open terracing either side. It's a large clubhouse, and which we are very welcome.
Oh, excellent news.
Good as for that.
News.
Towards the rear, overlooking the pitch. Okay. To the left is a smaller terrace with a roof. And also a burger van. Well, we can't miss that. And the club, at no extra expense, are looking to provide another burger van because we're coming. So there you go. Love it. Okay. Now the Meadow has got room for 3,000, so it's not going to be a stampede.
Right.
They average 350 people. No plans for segregation, thankfully. And it's not going to be all ticket, just turn up and enjoy.
Although it's Buckinghamshire, it's outside Thames Valley area then, is it?
It's on the London Underground, so I assume it's outside their turf. Disabled followers, there's a separate viewing area should they wish to use it. Prices are fairly standard for the division, 10 quid adults. Mature people, that's over 65 in this case.
Thank you very much.
And students with ID, £8, not exactly a great reduction.
No.
Not that we can talk.
No, exactly.
Under 18s are £3, and under 12s, under 12s who've got an adult with them are free.
Okay, so you're hoping to slip in with the wife, are you?
Are you going to let me in?
You won't get away with it.
No, I'll wear my shorts, I'll be alright. Okay.
Large car park.
Large car park.
Free car park.
Free, right next to the ground. It's
Excellent
perfect, really,
stuff.
okay?
Yep.
But if you want to sample a little bit of the town, Chesham has a good number of pubs, and we are grateful to Nick for trying them all for us. It's seriously good of him,
Well, so as we go down the list, the spelling and the information gets slightly less lucid.
Yeah, it's a
doesn't
good
it,
job
really?
he's on the train.
I like the sound of this first one. May I say it?
Go for it.
I like it. It's called the Mad Squirrel Tap and Bottle Shop.
Well, that's sort of describes it perfectly, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's in the Market Square. It's a great name. It's got 4 interesting real ales which rotate. Hope it doesn't disturb the taste, but there you go. 4 craft beers and 2 ciders. Small, as you might expect, and if those 10 options don't suit you, sorry, that's all they do, and they don't do any food either.
No food or any other
Anything
drinks.
else? No.
Presumably they do. I mean, they don't do any other drinks. They do soft drinks and
I suppose
and optics.
non-alcohol.
Yeah.
They probably don't do any other alcoholic drinks. I would imagine.
Right, okay.
It's just a small place, okay.
The Mad Squirrel Tap and Bottle Shop
in
would
Market
suggest
Square.
it might just be craft beers.
It sounds like a micro pub to me, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like the sound of it, though.
Yeah.
Right.
If you want to try some more local beer, the Queen's Head in Church Street.
Yeah.
Fuller's Pride, it's a good one. ESB is another one. Breakspear, which we should have got in Oxford and didn't, mutter, as well as a guest.
Well, considering they've half sponsored the club, when they didn't put their own beers in.
No, it's a strange one. And Queen's Head Do Food and real cider. I presume that means Herefordshire cider, okay. There's the General's Arms, that's another option.
That's anything to do with the name of the...
Well, you do one.
The old Baptist.
It might be facing the old place, but handy for the station, that's on the Broadway. And curiously, it's a former Wetherspoons.
A former
I didn't know there was such a thing, but...
Well, normally speaking, if it's a former Wetherspoons and it's gone back to original use, it's gone back to either being a post office, a library, or
a bank,
an old Tandy's retailer, like ours in Halezone.
Yes, exactly.
Tandy's, wasn't it? Oh,
yeah, so
interesting.
it's an interesting tale there.
A pub that's been taken over by a failed Wetherspoons.
Yeah.
There's not many of them.
No, I mean, there is now no spoons in Chesham, which actually may put some of our supporters off travelling at all, but there you go. General Arms, Courage Best, Green King, Abbott, and IPA and some guests, food and proper cider. So there you go.
But necessarily then, we probably won't have anywhere with spoons prices.
True, and it is SAF, so it's going to be SAF price, isn't it? Okay, we're often asked by one person for something different, and I'd recommend the place called the Drawing Room in Francis Yard.
Hang on a minute. The drawing room, that sounds like my living room.
Drawing room Francis Yard. Yeah, it's got a certain appeal, isn't it?
No. Go on, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
It's a most eclectic mix. They do Jamaican, Arabic, and Caribbean cuisine.
Right.
On top of an excellent coffee. And should you go there at night, which of course we won't, it's a first-class music venue. So that sounds... I've never ever come across a place that's Jamaican, Arabic and Caribbean before.
Well, it's a bit of a mixture, isn't it, really?
It really, really is.
Yeah, you could say ethnic, but I could imagine there'd be a lot of sort of infighting amongst that lot.
I believe mine host is Jamaican, but he's open to all sorts of cultures, so that's great. Yeah. Just a note from Nick. He's been there, of course we haven't. He says Chesham, a very welcoming club. The directors made him very welcome. Yeah, I know, we've heard that before.
I know, so did Didcot.
Yeah, I know. I think
so
that was
did
Nick as well,
Tiverton. So did Tiverton. You know what we said, don't we? With these clubs that have got really nice directors, really friendly and welcoming people, excellent, off the pitch, brilliant, fantastic. They normally manage to put together a squad of thugs, don't they? So,
well, yes. We've seen the Chesham coaches anyway, but there you go.
Absolutely. Well, we've sent them off to Crime Watch, actually, in the hope that some of them might not be there when we...
oh, dear.
Well, that's why we'll have to hide ourselves very carefully when the television cameras come to Edgar Street, so that we don't get spotted on Crime Watch. But this is crimes against football punditry, actually, that we could be done for.
Oh, dear, oh dear.
Getting there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a hike, but hey, don't you want to get away from the overindulgence of Christmas, you know? There's two routes you can use. You can either use the A40 M40 route, which is 117 miles, or you can move rather faster, use M5 M40. That's faster but 30 miles longer.
But there have been a lot of problems on the M40, haven't there, recently? So take your pick.
Take your pick on that one.
I know which.
Well, so there you go. By train, it's not ideal from the Shire.
What is?
Well, what is? Oh dear. Excuse the background noises there.
We have a squeaky beer pump.
It's shocking.
No, what it is the Butty Bark is off.
No!
She's just turned the label round. That was the squeaky noise you heard in the background, ladies and gentlemen.
was
Is our
terrible.
second point will not be Butty Bar.
Oh my word.
Not that we normally have two, of course.
Well, what I can say, well, it just keeps selling out. It is now the number one selling pub in this beer
Selling
in this
beer
pub.
in this
Yeah.
pub.
Mm.
Yeah, but they have 6 always nice real ales.
Yeah, we can manage.
I'm
We can
looking
manage.
forward to trying the Inferno again.
That's a very popular one,
It is.
isn't it?
I'm not, yes. Absolutely. Anyway,
Where was we? Okay.
by train,
By
not
train.
ideal.
No, it's 4 and there's several routes from the Shire, but they're both 4.25 hours.
Right, but it is on the underground.
It's on the
From
underground.
London, for you London bulls.
It is. It's on.
Good one to get to.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you London Bulls have probably worked it out for yourself, but it's on a branch from Chalfont and Latimer.
They sound like from solicitors.
They
to
do,
me.
don't they? Yeah, perhaps they're involved in
Right.
Chesham FC, but
Keeping their coaches out of prison.
yeah. And once you get to the underground station, the ground's only 10 minutes walk away, so it is doable.
Oh, that's all right, isn't
so
it?
the London Bulls, I'm sure, will be well
Yeah.
primed.
So-
but otherwise,
So
4.25 hours.
it's a journey to London via Birmingham New Street, probably.
Well, New Street, yeah.
Moore Street. Yeah.
New Street, More Street, yeah. It's
Ooh.
pain, really. Too many
Yeah.
changes, too much time.
Yeah, both.
And the trains will be rammed as well, I would imagine.
Absolutely. It's best go by reg.
Go by reg.
Usual. All the details are up there on the Hereford Away Days Facebook
Yep.
page. Loads of people signed up. I'm not sure. I think there's a few coaches going from the club, and that'll be one of his good
Yep.
good away trips of the year, I would think, because it is. Who wants to go out shopping the last Saturday before Christmas?
Exactly.
There's only 2 days to go. You've done it all
You
by
haven't-
then.
Well, you really
Haven't you really?
If you haven't, it's, well,
And
shocking.
it gives you
really.
a day's recovery on Christmas Eve before the festivities
Exactly.
of Christmas Day itself.
Yeah.
Which is very, I think every year Christmas ought to fall on a Monday. Personally.
Okay.
Yes, it would.
Yep.
There'll be football there. And you could squeeze in maybe another midweek match then before you get to the... But anyway, we have got another midweek match, of course, because we'll be talking about that next when we return to you with our guide, our Boxing Day guide to Merthyr, which will be our next one, which
Bring it
we'll
on.
talk to you about in our next podcast. But for now, with the news that I will not be seeing you at Chesham on the 23rd. Simon will be there. But it looks as if it could be, weather permitting, it could be quite a nice pre-Christmas
I hope
day
so.
out
I hope
in a
so.
little Buckinghamshire town,
Yep.
surrounded by green belt, nice pubs, nice sort of town. Population only 21,000, so it's what? It's Leominster and a bit.
Yep.
Isn't it?
A nice
It's Leominster
bit,
and a bit, and a nice bit, with some good pubs, but no spoons. So until next time, bye for now.
This is Radio Hereford FC, the home of the Bulls. Match Day Live.